Alright, guys, before I start reviewing the episode, I just want to say two things. So, first of all, there's a short scene after the ending song. Like, usually when the episode ends, we get the ending song and then a short preview clip for the next episode. And I know for a fact that many people skip the ending song and the preview because the preview kind of spoils some scenes for the next episode, right? I mean, that's the point of the preview. But I always stay just in case because the Boruto series, from time to time, decides to add these short scenes after the ending song. I don't know why. For me, it's completely stupid because majority of the fan base, misses this. But I just don't see the point. Like, I will never forget when in episode 34 they added Toneri Otsutsuki after the ending song. Like, that's beyond me. But yeah, there's a short funny scene after the ending song. And second thing that I want to say, and this is something that I originally did not notice, a lot of you guys tweeted this at me, and I was completely shocked when I saw this. But basically, Sasuke came back in this episode. I'm probably gonna include a screenshot right now, and there you go. You can see Sarada and Sasuke in the background. I was watching the episode over my phone, so maybe that's why I didn't notice. But yeah, Sasuke is officially back. Sasuke's back after a long time. And when I saw this shot, I was like, I started laughing immediately. I just think this shot is hilarious. But yeah, Sasuke is officially back. I don't think we're gonna see him in the next episode, by the way. But yeah, he was here at least for like a second, right? So anyway, let's get into the review, and it's not gonna be too long, right? This episode was really needed because Boruto's longest arc just finished, and the arc itself was very complex. Almost every episode had like a philosophical question. Every episode was, filled with all these, sentences about one's will, about what it means to become a human, and all of that. Although very thought provoking and exciting, it can make you tired, if you get what I mean. And it feels good just to get a random slice of life chill episode filled with some hilarious moments. Now, obviously, comedy is extremely subjective, but I was laughing throughout this episode, man. I just loved it. And you probably noticed by now that this review isn't too long. It's simply because I don't want to go over every slice of life moment in this episode. I just want to briefly give my thoughts about the episode as a whole. These funny moments and these quote unquote childish moments were mixed with some pretty deep stuff. Like, you have a parent who is struggling because he's working so hard, but still he wants to spend time with his family. And for example, one of my favorite moments of this episode was when Naruto slapped himself. Yeah, that was hilarious, but at the same time, it shows you that despite the fact that he pretty much didn't sleep, he still wants to spend time with Himawari. And I thought that was brilliantly done because, it kind of hits both the younger audience with, the comedic, funny moment, whatever. Why did I say comedic funny? But, it hits both audiences, right? Both target markets. So, yeah, I just thought that was brilliant. I think Naruto teared up in this episode. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did. So yeah, one thing that this episode did that I really appreciate is this episode referenced Boruto episode 33. I think Ino, when she was talking to Himawari, she said thank you for what you did to Inojin or whatever, because I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think that in episode 33 there was like a drawing contest and Himawari's drawing won, even though it wasn't technically better than Inojin's, but she put emotion in it, and that was the lesson that Mitsuki was that Inojin was supposed to learn, and that kind of triggered some character growth in Inojin. I don't know why I keep saying Mitsuki. Anyway, Himawari technically triggered character growth in Inojin, and Ino referenced this, and it just confirms that the Boruto, the Boruto story, it always progresses. Like in Naruto, from time to time you would get these flashback arcs, but in Boruto everything happens in the present tense. Maybe sometimes you get like a very short flashback that is needed. And I remember there was this episode where there was a flashback of, the day Naruto became the Hokage or whatever, but 99% of the story is in the present, right? The story always goes forward. So yeah, that's something that I really, really appreciate from the series. I loved Shino, I loved Kiba, I loved everything about this episode, man. A perfect slice of life episode. That dude that was, introduced in this episode, I mean, it's not like we're ever gonna see him again, but that little scene with him stealing because of his son, and Naruto giving him a different mission so that he doesn't need to exit the village anymore, that was just beautiful. And that's exactly what I said a couple of minutes ago. Yes, this episode had many funny moments, childish moments, but then again, there was some deep stuff. So that both the kids and us, older teenagers / young adults, like both of us, both of these categories were able to enjoy this episode. And I clearly saw it on Twitter. Everybody enjoyed this episode. At least 99% of, the people. And I even tweeted this today. Even if you don't watch Naruto / Boruto, you can still watch this episode. It was just brilliant, man. I loved all the Kurama scenes in this episode. And again, as I said, I'm not gonna go into all of the scenes, but to conclude this video, I just wanna briefly comment on Boruto and how mature he got over time. I just loved when he referenced Onaki's quote. He said, "Making excuses cannot be excused." But yeah, I'm gonna end it with that. All right. Excuse me. I'm not gonna, analyze everything about this episode, because this episode, if you saw the episode, you get what I'm trying to say. As a slice of life episode, this episode gets a 10 out of 10 from me, especially because of its perfect timing after such a long, complex arc. And I'm looking forward to the next couple of episodes. Anyway, that was your boy Tala Hokage. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and second channel links are in the description of this video. If you're new to this channel and if you're into the Boruto series, consider subscribing. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.